next question coming from James Pindle on the panel, and this again does go to Mr. Ginta.
That's right. You know, over the weekend there was a new poll come out that said that a record number of Americans have just had it with Republican politicians and Democratic politicians. They say there's too much talking and not enough doing. Mr. Ginta, when you were a member of Congress, you were a member of the least productive Congress in U.S. history. That was until you returned back to Congress, Congressman Shea Porter, and now you are a member with that title of the least productive Congress in history. So I want to start with you, Mr. Ginta. With so little getting done, what does it matter? What difference does it make if you're elected over your opponent?
Oh, I think it matters a great deal, James. Look, our country is hurting. Carol Shea Porter has been in Congress for 6 years. And what do we have to show for it? $18 trillion in long-term debt, a continuing deficit at $550 billion. Families in New Hampshire are struggling to try to make ends meet. People have to get 2 and 3 jobs to just try to meet the same average weekly wage that they were making when Carol Shea Porter first came into Congress. Your representative matters a great deal. When I was mayor, I worked bipartisanly to balance budgets, to cut taxes, to make people safer, and I took that same approach when I served one term in Congress. I was able to get 3 bills signed into law by this President of the United States, worked in the House, worked in the Senate in a bipartisan fashion, came home, had 6 job fairs, trying to get people back to work. Those things matter. Who represents us does matter very, very much.
Congresswoman Shea Porter, does it make any difference at all? And is passing legislation really the best metric? I mean, does it make any difference?
Well, I think you have to point out the fact that I was also part of the most productive Congress in history since Roosevelt, and the difference was who was in charge of the House. When the Democrats ran the House, we were very productive and got a lot of legislation through, kept the country from falling into depression. That was important, and many other accomplishments. And then when the Republicans, driven by the Tea Party in 2010, of which Mr. Ginta falls in that category, took over, then it got very, very difficult. So we have Speaker John Boehner, who is unable to get his foot soldiers together. But I would point out that Frank says he's bipartisan, but he wasn't even bipartisan with his own party. When they had the Ryan budget, they had a substitute budget, which was called the Republican Study Committee budget, and Frank voted for that too, and the Republicans had to come and vote that budget down. The Democrats decided to vote present and make the Republicans say no to that budget. That budget was not a bipartisan budget, and it was a budget that would have destroyed the middle class and destroyed 30% of government agencies would have been cut. So I would say that you have to look at who's in charge and who's been running the place.
All right, let's keep it on the